What's up, guys? Keith Trades. Today is August 5th, and an absolute monster day. So we called 4 wins. I'm going to go over Caesar's wins again. I do not know his thought process behind them, but he called them all out, and he caught some massive dubs. So Caesar's first trade came from the long. He has his levels. Called him again. He said he likes this inverse. That one paid 54 points. Rest out, break even. Coming on down, he said he has the 132 level as long. See if it goes down there and taps it. Ended up coming back down to that level. It ran up to 38 points. He personally got out for 20 points, but before it went to a break even. His last trade being the monstrous trade it was. I ended up calling the longs here, and then he had a short level. He called it always 236, 266 for shorts. 36 level, a little bit of drawdown, and she dumps all the way down to a new low, 121 points. Coming into my pre-market plan, I said we're inside the 4-hour bearish, we respected the 4-hour bullish, and a 1-hour bullish, right? I like to see the market make a decision. We see the clear shift lowers. I want to look for 2312, 2340 in the 4-hour, 1-hour low at that. There ended up being a short. I just did not get that trade I wanted. I said if we sweep the 4-hour and find buyers, we'll look for longs. We never got that buying pressure at all. Coming into the, my fault. Let me show you guys what I did today. So I started off 2 personal trades with 508, and then I took a 150-ish profit win that's not there, and then I have a win here for about $300. 68 entry, it caught about 30 points. You can see right there, that's me taking profit, and I made a little bit over $1,000 today. But coming into the day, as I said, higher time frames, we were still in this 4-hour, but we had this 4-hour here that we were in, and then we had this 4-hour were priced lower, and then the 1-hour sell side low here. This is our area of interest. So coming into the market open, we had a London low target. So my first trade was a $300 profit trade, and it was just playing off this. We came up, we rejected this same gap. Right when we flipped red to green, I grabbed short around here with about 5 micros. I caught 30 points. Boom. And if we go to the VIP chat, my fault, the live chat, we can scroll back up and we can see, whoops, not on here, it's on the VIP chat. I was right the first time. We can see, right, 1.5K on the week. I was up there 30. I just hit short the damn open, holy, and that was that. 33-ish points. And that was that trade there. And then coming into my second trade, I played this trade at 3 micros, and it was a simple model as well. We swept out London low. We found buying from the 4-hour. Got our nice inverse. I played long at the inverse close. I had stop loss resting at this low. Played me some conservative targets. My first TP being this 1-minute unfilled fair value gap. And I caught, I think, about 30-something points there. Yeah, 36 points. Scaled, got break even. Once we failed to rebid above this high, I ended up cutting the trade out here before the news candle came in and did some weird stuff. But that was my win, and that was what put me up $500 on the day. Right? And then we sold off. There was a 5-minute fair value gap reject that could have played short. There was potential models to play, but I just didn't like it. There was an SMT here, just wasn't comfortable, and we just sold off. Totally fine. And here is where Caesar called his long wins. And then coming into the PM, here was my trade. Right, so I noted that we re-swept this low, and then we started to find buying. On the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we had this 15-minute fair value gap, and we ended up holding it. Nasty, but we held it. So coming into the 5-minute, I was looking at this gap here as my structure for the trade. And once we got that inverse, there was your long entry. And if we go to the chat, it is fully showed here. 10:25. Let's go to the 1-minute time frame. Zoom in. 10:25. There was inverse 5-minute long should come to what? 23,225. At 10:35, what is that? Oh, my fault. 10:25. My bad. 10:25. What is that? Right here. The inverse close, bam, to what? 23,225, which is this 1-hour high. And then I called for a conservative scale here for 20 points as ES took the high before NQ. I said I just go, it was 16 points when ES took the high. I said I just go break even hold. And then you got the 20 points, there's your scale. and then full TP was met there. Bam, a little bit extra on the top, and that's just simple playing structure, right? And coming into, I did not take this trade live. I took 2 personal shorts. Let's get into that as well. So my 2 personal shorts were played here, and it was a 1 hour model. So we swept back into the 1 hour fair value gap, right? And I'm not looking for the new low. What is an easy hunt to play? The 15 minute. And then I looked for a point of entry, and that came in on the 2 minute time frame. I don't know why it doesn't show on. It's on NQ. On NQ it's there. On MNQ it's not. It's really weird. But basically there was a fair value gap at 57 to 61. I don't know why it doesn't show on this chart. But oh my bad, I was at the wrong side. It was my fault. 205 to 208. But it's a little bit off here. Oh no, I'm tripping. It's right here. Whoopsies. Yeah, it was right here. We drew back into the 1 hour, and then we have this 2 minute fair value gap. What is an easy hunt to look for on the higher time frame? Right, that 15 minute draw, which is actually, I was on the wrong look. It's here, right here. There's that 15 minute gap. Boom. First trade was a scalp. I grabbed 5 micros at this 2 minute. 15 points, 150 profit, and then we sold straight through it. Once we sold straight through it, I waited for us to reprice back to this 1 minute. We did not get that 1 minute fill. And as you can see in the video, I got short at around 68. And I played it down to this internal low for 30 points. Got break even, and the rest got stopped out in profit at the midpoint of this 1 minute. But that was a little $300 profit there. Those are my 2 personal trades. And then obviously the inverse long. So Caesar's short came here at his 36 level. Here is how I would have looked at the trade. We trade a little bit different. I would have looked at the trade like this. We reswept, we drew back into the 1 hour fair value gap. Coming in on the 5 minute, what do we see? A once respected 5 minute bullish here gets inversed. That is a sniper short. More confluence, okay. 15 minute fair value gap. Inverse closed. Short there. 2 points of entries for your shorts. And I would have played my targets at this internal low where I took my first TP. I would have got break even and left runners to this low. And as you can see, it both hits. Right? Again, just reading the structure. We respected the 5 minute. We should run higher. Once we inverse, it's likely to do what? Run lower to what? The 15 minute. You could have put this short to the 15 minute, got break even for a small trade, or you could have let it run to your targets. If you wanted more confluence, you wait for the 15 minute to get tested. What happens at the 15 minute? We do not respect it at all. And we have a nasty inverse close. Wait for their price. There is your short. And then she delivers. Edges you. Wouldn't have mattered. You would have grabbed your scale here, gone break even, or move your stop and profit here, and it would have got delivered. So plenty of wins today. Over 200 points gained, and my personal trade was the short, then the long, that I played the short to the 15, and the short to this. I did not take this trade, but I called it in the chat, inverse long for 31 points, and then Caesar short down. I would have played it off the 5 minute inverse or the 15 minute inverse, and that is a done day and a great day. I'm up 2.1K this week personally. We're going to show up tomorrow, calm and composed, and continue to crush it. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we'll link at the bio. We'll be happy to have any and all new members. But until next time, guys, peace out.